Hey everybody, welcome to Star Trek Lexington, Episode 4, Adrift. We are, of course, here with most of the crew. We're going to have introductions starting at the top left like we usually do. So we'll go through quick introductions, say who you are, who you're playing, and if you have like a YouTube presence or anything, you can let people know where to find you.
Me first, right?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chesh. Puck is here. He's being annoying. Expect him to be annoying. I will probably be muting on and off while he is being a rangy little weenie face. He's very excited because there's balls back here. I've been reading Project 2025. It's terrible. If you want to see that, come over to my channel. Or probably don't, because it's awful.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Tirirana. I don't have a YouTube channel, but I'm playing Birchanos, the executive officer of the Lexington. And apparently, because of a very restrictively written adventure, I both almost died and didn't die.
Yeah. If I had been the one who wrote that adventure, your character would have died.
I'm Jordan. I run the channel Reason to Doubt, channel on skepticism. If you want to know about the Shroud of Turin, apparently I'm the Shroud of Turin guy. I don't know how this happened, but it's just true now. And I play Captain Hawk, fresh back from his definitely not a vacation, and return to the ship.
You return to the ship, one crew member down.
Yeah, I'm not very happy about that.
R.I.P. Cat Lady.
All right. Craig, you're up next.
I'm Craig. I was known as FTFE. I run a YouTube channel where I speak to the portion of humanity with the lower IQ, flat earthers. I play Lieutenant Commander Shelby, Chief Engineer of this wonderful starship. I'm a half human, half Tellarite with cybernetic enhancements, so I don't turn into a puddle of goo.
All right.
I'm Czar, and I'm playing the security officer Bird. Yeah, I don't have anything special other than that. So.
All right. And last but not least.
Alphabetically, Zerlon should be last, so it's quite appropriate. Hey guys, I'm Zerlon. I like geeky games. Played in Dapper's last game and was very happy to be invited to this one. I'm the science officer Hank Lanford and looking forward to running another fun game tonight.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to start out with a ceremony. Captain Hawk, where are you holding this ceremony? Is it like the bridge, main engineering, the chapel, the bowling alley? What are you thinking?
We need a space that's large enough for a significant portion of the crew.
Okay, so bowling alley, cargo bay, hangar bay, cargo bay. You don't want to do it in the bowling alley?
The bowling alley is for afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In case anyone doesn't know, canonically, Constitution-class ships have a bowling alley built in.
And I think Dapper's desperate to use it.
A little bit.
The bowling alley is a sanctified place.
When we do a TNG era, I will absolutely have a set up for cetacean ops. There will be dolphins.
Will I be allowed to play a Ferengi?
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be the second
narwhal.
The second Ferengi in Starfleet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm conducting this here promotion ceremony, then we'd all be in formation, and I would call Lieutenant Commander Shelby to the front.
Lieutenant Commander Shelby reporting as ordered, sir.
I will reach out my hand to my second in command for the PIP, and I'll say, Starfleet Command has placed special trust and confidence in the valor, fidelity, and professional excellence of Terrence Shelby. In view of these qualities and his dedicated service to the highest ideals of Starfleet, he is therefore promoted from Lieutenant Commander to Commander, effective immediately. And I'll pin the extra pip on.
Thank you,
Commander?
Sir. I appreciate the trust you have placed in me, sir. This is an amazing ship with an amazing crew. And with me in charge in engineering, it will be a ship that you can be proud of as captain. Thank you for placing this trust in me.
You have earned it, Commander. Now, if everyone would like to move to the bowling alley for refreshments.
As he goes by me, I'm just going to nudge him and be like, and all it took was blowing up 2 solar systems.
Don't tell him about the other thing.
All right.
Hey, technically, with the time it takes for a solar system to explode, you're still technically exploding that solar system.
Yeah, probably.
Blowing up in perpetuity, am I right?
Nice.
You'll be dead before that explosion stops.
It's a legacy.
All right. So everyone goes down to the bowling alley and has a pretty good job. Does a pretty good job. What I want everyone to do is just roll a flat d20, and whoever rolls the highest is going to be our winner.
How do I roll d20?
/R space 1d20, and it'll just give you a number.
/R space.
Click.
1.
I rolled a 17 on my fancy metal die.
5.
That sounds like the captain might be cheating because I don't know what's on that fancy metal die. But all right, I'll take it. Looks like by that we don't have a role for our chief medical officer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm loading in.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to load. I forgot to roll into roll.
She's not really here.
That means that she
Just
automatically
no drink.
look. That just means that her third leg ended
I gotta
up
say-
somewhere like past the line on the bowling alley, and that disqualified her. Which means that I think Captain Hawk is in fact our winner of the bowling game between the command crew. So or the command staff.
I can
whatever we
fix.
call it.
I took second place.
Oh, did I
I'm
did
happy
I
with
not
it.
mention that I was on the bowling team at Starfleet?
Apparently, Terrence sucks at bowling.
Did you show up in an actual like bowling shirt, like with the actual name of the team and everything?
I wait till everyone else goes, and then I like whip out the bowling
Oh,
shirt. It's like, oh man,
okay.
I just had this
And
in the
then
closet.
The captain reaches underneath the table, gets out his own bowling ball, which is like a fancy,
Stone.
glittery one with a skull inside.
What
None of that
species
was
skull?
true, but it is now all true.
All canon, all the time.
Nice. All right. So after a night of bowling and whatnot, you guys have been at high warp this whole time. And we're going to hear the chief medical officer's personal log that's going to give us our background on why, in fact, you are at high warp right now.
Chief Medical Officer's log, Stardate 5540.6. The Lexington is en route to Kumbari II, an Aurelian... Is that right?
Yeah.
Aurelian?
Yep.
Okay. Aurelian colony near the Klingon neutral zone. The planet is being ravaged by Skorian pox, a horrible disease that causes permanent scarring across the body in the best case and death in the worst case. We are at high warp and are expected in the system within a day. Critically, the vaccines were manufactured on Andoria and must remain cold until delivery. Cargo Bay 1 has been turned into a climate-controlled freezer.
All right.
There, did it. Are you proud of me, Mom?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Wait, you're her mom?
Yeah, it's complicated. Don't worry about it too much.
Full display.
Well, he is running the game, so yes, he would be.
Yeah, I'm the Star Trek mom. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
All
And
right.
If you play
Any
in
of our parents
the
ever
alien
come up.
system, the GM is the game mother. So that's all.
That's true. Yeah, that's an official part. Yeah, GM is game mother. Although it's not spelled right. It's spelled like MU, like TH/ER or something crazy like that.
So I have to now call you mummy.
No, you don't have to.
Yes.
I mean,
Are you
I'm
my
pretty sure I
mummy?
do.
Okay. Well, while everyone is trying to sleep off the previous night's revelries, there's
They really should ban Romulan ale.
something bad happens, and the ship lurches out of warp and starts spinning. There's an initial, everyone get the,
I fall out of my bed.
yes.
Ah!
Ouch.
All right,
I
well,
stand up, still holding the bottle of Romulan ale. What the fuck? What's going on?
All right. As soon as I wake up, I'm contacting security and everybody. Like, get everybody on board. What's going on?
Captain Hawk will raise the bridge, and I don't know who's on duty. If it's not Captain Hawk, it's probably Commander Chanos. Commander, status report.
Something has gone really wrong. We are out of warp. I'm not getting a response from engineering right now, but I'm trying to find out what is going on.
your on-duty communication officer says, Commander, I'm now getting damage reports from across the ship. It seems
Okay,
that
what is going on?
something has happened to the port pylon, and it shut down, and then the warp core also did an emergency shutdown because there was some kind of overload in the system.
Yeah, Captain, it looks like we have some structural damage to the right pylon, and that caused some interference in the warp field, which
No,
led
not
to
the right
an
pylon,
emergency.
the port pylon. First of all,
Port
that's
is
Starboard
left.
right, port is left.
port, yeah,
To
first
the
that's the
port
left, but
pylon,
second,
which
it's a
caused
ship.
some interference
no
in
such
the,
thing
the
as
warp
right and
field,
left.
which led to the warp core shutting down in emergency shutdown. So it looks serious.
Understood, Commander. Get crews on it right away. Check in with a doctor to ensure that our medicine is still stable, and I'll be on the bridge forthwith.
All right.
Yes,
So,
Captain.
Dr. Tregan, you get contacted by one Mr. Hunsley, who is on board as a relief specialist, who you picked up with the vaccines. He's part of Starfleet Medical, but he's been temporarily assigned to you guys. And he says, Dr. Tregan, you might need to get to the cargo bay. It looks like the power shutdown has disrupted the cryogenics.
I will contact our chief engineer, who has been recently promoted, and be like, first day on the clock, let's go.
Okay, all right, okay. Mid engineering. What's going on, guys? Right.
Freezer
Okay.
now. We need to double check on our freezer. It looks like it damaged, and this is the stuff that we're trying to get urgently. And if it gets warm, we are screwed.
Okay, can I do a check to see what the issue is?
Yeah, to give me a control and engineering check. And this can be aided by the ship's computer and con.
Control. Wow, control and
Computer
engineering.
The ship helped.
Yes, it did. So that
Nice.
is, what is that, 4 successes? All right. So, let's see. You have found out that in addition to damage to the port nacelle, there is the ship also has all of its main engines are down because of the power reduction. Also, shields are only at 60%, which means what I would like for someone to do is right now fill in the first 4 bubbles on the shield track on the ship character sheet. Also,
Done.
weapons are offline, as are external comms. These are all things that will probably need to be fixed at some point, but also, critically, you are currently traveling at a reasonable relativistic speed towards the Klingon neutral zone.
Oh no, we are on Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah.
Except you're the ones in trouble.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're out of warp, so we're traveling in sublight
Yes,
speeds,
that is
right?
why we
Yes,
are.
but it is also, you're at a relatively significant relativistic speed, so shipboard time, you don't have a whole lot of time to fix this before
Right.
you pass.
And we're moving that speed via inertia. It's
Right,
not
you
that
don't
we're-
have a way to
Okay.
like, you could get out and push with your little, like, maneuvering jets on your spaceship, or your spacesuit, but it's not going to
You
help a
have
whole
to get
lot.
at least impulse engine back before we can stop.
Got it.
And you'll probably
Okay.
need warp drive if you really want to get to Kumbari II within, like, your scheduled delivery window.
Right.
Reasonable time frame, yes.
Yeah. And remember, every single hour you spend here, in this situation, is several hours for, Kumbari II.
And what's the status of our
DMU
the refrigeration?
Yeah, it's not going well. The refrigerators are currently malfunctioning, and the temperature is slowly increasing in the cargo bay.
All right, am I able to check the issue with the refrigeration?
Not for main engineering. Those are all, like, extra devices that have been installed there, and they're not fully integrated into the ship's computer system, because it was an emergency,
Oh.
like, patch-in job.
Okay, well,
Are
I'm
they-
going. I'm going. The turbo lift's working.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm getting in the turbo lift and heading that way.
All right. So I'm going to communicate with the chief engineer and to get a status update. And when he's going to check on the thing, the refrigeration units are in the cargo bay. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Would it be possible for us to vent the cargo bays without venting the medicine to reduce the heat transfer rate?
That is an interesting idea. You probably couldn't do it automatically. You would have to tie down the medicine. But yeah, if you managed to actually stow the medicine properly, yeah, you could.
Yeah, we should maybe keep that as a last resort. I'd like to maybe get there and check the issue myself to see if I can resolve it first.
Understood, Commander.
Right.
Right. So I've travelled there. Am I able now? I'm there. I'm able to check what's going on with them.
Yeah, so right now what's happening is that there was some kind of surge in the power grid, and it fried some of their control circuits. fixing it is going to be a, let's see, control and medicine task that can be aided by either control and science, medicine, or engineering. So
Okay.
you
My
might
medicine is only 1. Has anyone got?
might want to get Dr. Tregan down there.
Yeah, Tregan, could you please come
Yeah,
here?
I've
and,
already.
do that.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. Right. So, and then the ship could aid it. Did you say?
Say that again, sorry.
Can the ship aid?
Oh yeah, the ship can aid with actually no it can't because these aren't fully logged in, but you can help with a control and engineering task if you would like. Well, with a single control and engineering die if you'd like to.
Yeah. Right. So.
But here's the thing.
Doctor.
This is actually an extended task, which means that we're introducing a mechanic that we haven't used yet. It's in the core rulebook, so I'm not, making things up, but
Ooh.
this is something we use sparingly. What happens is this is a magnitude 3 task with a work value of 6 and a difficulty of 2. So you have, let's see, 1 hour to fix this, and each, 1.5 hour to fix this before the medicine go bad. Each test that you make costs 10 minutes. You need at least 3 breakthroughs. So this is going to be tricky. However, if you gain momentum, you can do things like reduce the amount of time that check took, as well as do extra value of damage to the track. So let's take our first test and we'll see how this goes.
So just roll normal control and engineering.
With 1 die.
Well, 1, and Tregan, you roll your normal control medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Can we spend momentum on this check?
You can.
Because we probably should spend at least 1. Since we've
Tregan?
got 4.
Oh, we have some?
Yeah, you have 4.
That's good.
Chesh, do you want to use a point of momentum to get an extra d20?
Yeah, I would like to
Alright.
do that. I want to be successful at doing this right out the gate.
Yeah. Last game you were rolling amazing stuff, so just keep doing
Yeah,
that, okay?
Keep on keeping on.
Okay, so that changes my task roll to 2, right?
3.
To 3.
3.
Okay. And I'm rolling which things?
Control medicine.
Yep.
Control medicine. Okay, control medicine. All right. And I don't have a focus used right now.
I don't know,
And
do you?
I don't have any. I don't think so.
Alright, then.
I have infectious disease, but
Yeah.
that might.
That's not going to help you
Not
fix a
really.
cooler for a vaccine.
Yeah, unless I get historical medicine and holding things in meta game crap, but I don't think so.
No focus.
Yeah. All right. No bonuses, no complications, right?
Well, the complication range is
1.
1.
Oh, okay.
That's the standard range.
I
All
think
right.
that's the lowest it can go.
So that is a complication,
Yeah. Yep.
but it's also 3 successes. So here's what happens. You
Wacky.
can roll. Let's see. What is your medicine? It is 5.
Yes.
So roll 7d6, and we're gonna see how much work gets done.
Okay. Slash roll 76.
All right. So
That's pretty good.
1,
Okay,
2,
like it.
3.
That's
4,
2
5.
crits, 3 right down the middle, and only 1 fail.
So it's a
1.
It's a 5 because I don't think you know what's going on with these d6s because
I
we're
just think the dice are cool, and only 1 is red and 2 are green. That sounds good to me.
okay. Those 2 that are green count as 1, as does the 1, and the 2 counts as 2. So
Oh.
Yeah. So that's 5. All right. So you have reduced this down to 1. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to add 1 to my threat to bank in later. You have generated a point of momentum. If you would like, you can use it to reduce the amount of time that check took from 2 intervals to only 1 interval. It's going from 10 minutes to 5 minutes, leaving you with 25 more minutes to fix this.
I think that's worth it.
Okay. So you now have 25 minutes.
I used a momentum, I gained a momentum, I used a momentum.
Yeah. Would you
Got it.
like? All right. So you have another check. What do you got?
Yes. Same thing?
Yep. You want to use momentum or no?
Not this time. I think we should be fine.
Okay. So
I just wanted us off on a good start.
yeah, Craig, you can roll your assist again if you'd like.
Okay.
This is control medicine again, right?
Oofed.
Uh-oh.
Oofed.
You guys
Chesh,
only
did you
have...
not listen to the? I literally just told you to roll good dice, and you.
I rolled good last time.
All right, you have 15 minutes. You're halfway through. You haven't made a single breakthrough yet, although the check only has 1 point of work left, so...
You should
All right, do
probably
we
use
burn
some
momentum, go for 4? Burn
Yeah,
momentum, go for 4?
Literally, just use all of the momentum. I'm gonna do that.
That puts me to 4, right?
Yep.
If we use all of it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, boom.
All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that is points of momentum back. That is a success. It doesn't matter what you're going to roll. You're going to get a breakthrough. Would you like to use one of those to reduce the time?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, would you? All right. You could give me a threat and get rid of your last momentum in order to get a second breakthrough automatically.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we do that.
All right. Here is what might be the last check. You don't have any momentum, but you could give me threat to gain extra dice.
Do you want to risk it? I
Yeah,
don't want
do
to.
it.
We don't want
Do
this
it?
medicine to
Threat?
spoil. It's kind of important.
It is really
All right, let's
important.
go.
How much
Let's go. All
how
right,
much
all
threat
right,
am I
right.
getting?
You roll. Well, just give them 1 threat. You roll 3, and I'll roll 1.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well,
So,
Oh my fuck!
Oh, okay.
Yay!
But it's a successful check.
Don't
Just
explode it.
down right on the line. Dr. Tragan manages to bypass the last little thing, get the set points just right, and right before the medicine is about to start getting over the spoil temperature, the temperature in the cargo bay starts going back down, and at least for now, the medicine is fine. And I'm
Shelby's
up to
hung
16
over, and
threat.
I'm just like, I appreciate it, but let's talk to the hand.
But me and Tregan high five 3 times, and I run back to the turbo lift to head to engineer to deal with the shitstorm over there.
Let's go.
All right.
This is
saying
not
the
what I want to do
vacuum
my first day as a commander of a hangover.
I'm just saying the vacuum thing would have worked.
Let's see.
Get that extra arm to give him give him a coffee.
Right. Okay. Remind me the problems of the ship, please.
All right, so right now, the engines are down as a result of reduced power because the warp engines are down and the warp core shut down as a result. You also do not have external comms, nor do you have weapons, and your shields are operating at 60% efficiency, which is why I had you fill in 4 bubbles, because you have 10 shields total. That brings you to 6 left.
And we're traveling towards the neutral zone, did you say?
Yes, in approximately 3-ish shipboard hours, you will hit the edge of the Klingon neutral zone, which will be taken as a treaty violation.
Okay, so I want to get the engines getting up and running again.
Okay.
So can I do a check specifically on the engine systems?
Yes, if you want to repair the... So basically, what happens now that your crews have been running diagnostics while you were fixing everything else, is you have found out that there was actually a plasma injector that overloaded in the port nacelle that was injecting warp plasma. And
Okay.
if you want to repair it, it is going to be a daring and engineering task, which can be assisted by the ship's engines and engineering. And it has
Right.
a complication range of 3, because it is still piping hot, because it was just a recently operating warp plasma
Okay.
injector. So
I'm going to use my electroplasma power systems focus.
yes, absolutely. This is difficulty.
And what am I doing? Control and engineering, do you say?
Daring.
Yes. Sorry, daring and engineering. Daring, yes. And it,
Daring and engineering. And
so-
someone can do the ship for me, please.
The ship was which ones?
the ship was engines and engineering. And remember, your complication range is 3.
Complication range on 3. Okay, right. Oh, for God's sakes.
All
Well, the
right.
ship saves the day.
No, it doesn't, because unless the primary gets a success, nothing the ship can do can help. Which
Okay.
means that unfortunately, because
Yeah.
you hit a complication, you take 1 point of stress as you burn yourself on this, and you waste that
You
attempt.
son of a biscuit!
Yep.
Ugh. Right.
He spilled a hot coffee into his lap.
Yeah. So I'm at 1 point of stress.
Like 4,000 degree hot coffee.
All right. Can I try again? Because I feel like getting the engines working to stop us going to the neutral zone is quite important.
Yes, you may.
Dr. Tregan makes McDonald's hot coffee.
Shelby, what's your daring and engineering together?
Daring and engineering together is
11.
11,
Looks
yeah,
like.
sorry. 11. 7 and 4. 11.
So I bumped my engineering when I got the milestone. I can come and help. I'm actually pretty daring. I don't know if you knew this.
So what's your total?
13.
You should be
Right,
the
yeah,
primary
please.
on that then.
Yeah, please come and help and I will assist.
All right, so
Dashing we knew,
Captain
daring.
will give the con over to Chanos and go oversee the repair of the engines personally. And
Yes, sir, I have the
will-
clock.
So if I
Two-
can I just help with a daring and engineering for 1?
Yes. Yep. That is exactly what you should do.
The ship still
God's
rules engines and engineering?
Yep.
Okay.
I am rolling
Still a
flat
complication
zeros
range
today.
of-
What's going on?
Sorry, what's the question?
Still a complication range of 3?
Yes.
Okay, then this should work.
All right. That is just enough to actually fix this. And now that you have managed to repair what damage there was to the plasma injector, you find that it was shorted out, and by like additional bits of wiring placed in there.
You mean sabotage?
I do mean sabotage.
Captain, I've just looked at what's going on here, and this isn't just a short. This is someone's done this on purpose. This is sabotage. This is someone on the ship has tried to hurt us here.
I see that. I think it's time to get our chief of security involved.
Someone threw a wooden
Someone's
shoe
like,
into
yeah,
our
something to
plasma
do.
relay."
There's been too
Yes.
much repair stuff.
So I'll tell the commander, all right, continue repairs, keep the knowledge of this to a minimum. We don't want to alert whoever did it that we know what's happening.
Aye, sir. Okay.
Once you've got the repairs underway, I want a list of everyone who had access to this material and if anyone has done repairs on this area. And then
Aye, sir.
I'll
Will do.
flip open the thing. Captain to Lieutenant Croc.
Aye.
We need some extra hands down at engineering. Can you send yourself and a security team to engineering, please?
Done.
All right.
All right.
By invoking a security team, we are now we are noting that we have used one of the crew support from the Lexington. So just keep that in mind.
Got it.
All right. So you get down to engineering over. Well, you actually get to the pylon, to the nacelle, which is where the plasma injector is. And I would like you to take a let's see. Let me just make sure I actually right. Take a control and security check. This is going to be a difficulty 2.
I assume that's me, so
Yes.
control security. I already got it marked off. Do we have any momentum? Just checking.
No, you are completely out of momentum.
Okay, that's fine. I was just checking.
Not only that, we've showered Dapper with threats.
Right,
Yeah, he has all of the threat.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the most threat I've ever actually had in a scenario.
I for one am scared.
You should be. All right. So, what you find is that you are noticing that, according to your tricorder, you are able to pick up that whatever repair has been done has left behind some DNA or other biological stuff. You can't analyze it here in the nacelle with just a tricorder, but you could bring it down to sickbay for some analysis, see what the heck's going on.
All right. I ask somebody nearby to give me a container to put this thing in.
All right.
This bit of DNA.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You're good there.
All right. And I guess I'm bringing that to medical to examine.
Okay. Well,
That's the
talk,
only place
talk
I
to
can
Dr.
think of.
Tregan.
All right. I try to find her.
I mean, she's
I
not
guess.
hard to find unless you're hiding there, Dr. Tregan.
I'm in a cupboard.
What's this
I-
going on?
I-
Can I try and fix the shields?
We right now so right now you still need to fix the warp coils and the shields
Right.
and the communications. So which of those do you think would probably be the most important?
Well, we got the engines going, right?
No,
Or
the warp coils
no,
are still
okay.
down.
No, okay, we're still be focusing on that then, yeah.
So
I might.
let me double check on what I have down for the warp coils. All right. So this is going to be let me find out because I have it in my note.
I'm just aware that we're still kind of drifting towards a neutral zone.
This is going to be a difficulty 2 control engineering task which is a ship's assisted by the ship's engines and engineering. If it takes a while, though, the complication range is 1. But it is a task that takes a while, so while you're doing this, you will be occupied for quite a while.
Are you guys okay with that?
I mean, it's what you do.
Yeah,
So I'd be fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm okay with not drifting into Klingon space. That's probably good.
I'm going to roll control and engineering. Can someone roll for the ship, please?
I think our captain is AFK, so I think I have this ship opened in the right spot. Hold on. This one. There we go. What's the ship rolling?
Engines and engineering.
Engines and... Oh, hold on. My thing looks really weird. Oh, now it looks
So that's 3 successes. So you will be able to successfully restore
Thank you
these,
for somebody rolling it.
But yeah, so
Couldn't
that
find
will...
it.
That will, after a little while, allow you to start the startup procedure on the warp drive. Or, well, the warp core.
Okay, so that's it. I've managed to fix the engines. It's just in the process of doing it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're in the process. It will be done. You will be successful. But you're going to be occupied for, like, a scene or two, because this is a whole involved thing. Because, basically, the warp coils are, like, the size of, like, large trucks. And you are trying to...
You mean?
Yeah, well, no. The warp coils are actually in the nacelles. They're bigger than the warp.
Right,
yeah, they're quite big. These things are like something like 10 meters tall, and you're trying to fix them. It's a very involved process.
Engineering to bridge. The problem's been identified. Repair is in process. Will take approximately X amount of time.
So AFK. So the captain will say, "Very well, Commander Shelby."
I think the captain is in engineering, isn't he?
I don't know. He's AFK.
I mean, anyone on the bridge can respond. Really, it's okay. Whoever's at the con
Yeah, I
now.
think he left me in command, so
the
I'll
captain
just
is
say
missing.
good job, Commander.
Maybe he's the saboteur.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I had a quick emergency. Status report.
I've started the repair process of the nacelle captain. It will be taking how long did you say, Dapper?
So it's probably going to take you about 2-ish hours.
Okay, it would take me about 2.5 hours to get the fix done, Captain. Always tell them it takes longer. That's what you do with command.
It's true.
Yep, understood.
Still
This is
cutting
where you
control.
go, I want it done in 2 hours, and I can act like it's a miracle, but I've already given myself that half-hour buffer.
Captain Hawk already knows how this game is played, and I'm not going to bother with that whole
We've
thing.
got to play it up for the rest of the crew. Come on.
Captain Hawk knows
Buffer
about
time is very important.
Yeah, buffer time is.
Yeah.
It's about morale.
I mean, at least in part, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to switch back to sick bay, which means, you know what? I'm going to switch us to the sick bay so we get the cool sick bay sounds. So,
All right.
take that. All right. Dr. Tregan, you and Lieutenant Croc are now getting ready to analyze this additional wiring that was installed over in the port pylon. So, this is going to be... Sorry?
No, sorry, carry on. I was...
So this is going to be a, let's see, Reason and Science test. Difficulty 2. It is assisted by the ship's computer and science.
Reason and science. All right.
Computers and science. I'll get the ship.
I do have an espionage focus.
DM Wing says the captain is a Vendorian. DM Wing is always assuming that everything is a Vendorian plot.
Yeah.
Dapper, may I have focus for espionage?
Yes.
Yes. Task roll 1, right?
2.
2. All right, got it.
You default to 2.
Right.
All right, so that is actually, let's see. Oh, did you want to help, Kronk, since you're there?
I'll help. I'm not good, but I'll help. What am I rolling?
Reason and science.
Reason.
Always remember, you can make it worse.
You can make it worse.
It's more likely that you make it better, though.
And is it possible, whilst I'm occupied with the engines, our science officer could attempt to fix the shields?
I mean, that's going to be up to Lieutenant Lanford.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Just putting it out there.
So if I would say that the external comms might be more important, because if we do end up drifting to the neutral zone, we probably want to be able to talk to people.
Okay,
So-
well,
Yeah,
could,
that sounds like a good idea.
once when Lieutenant Lanford gets a chance, maybe he could work on fixing the external comms.
absolutely.
all right, so here's what you have learned about the DNA. It is, in fact, human DNA, but it has been badly degraded by the thermal shock of the overloading plasma injector. So, unless you want to spend any momentum to gain more information, or give me threat to gain more information, that's about all you know at this point.
Is this Shelby's DNA? Like, I feel like I would recognize that really
That
quickly.
would be a obtain information spend. Which, by the way, since you're in uniform, you get like 2 of those free anyway.
Yeah, I'll use one.
All right.
And does the fact that me and Dr. Tregan have a special connection change that in any way?
I feel like I would recognize
Not
it. I feel like I
particularly.
probably have it memorized by this point. You know, 1002 11071.
So it is in fact too degraded to sequence fully. But here's what you can determine with 2 obtain informations, which I'll just assume you're going to spend them. 1, it
Yeah.
does not match any of the crew's DNA on file.
Okay.
And 2, it definitely has a Y and an X chromosome.
Well, that's useless. It's
No, it
not one
doesn't.
of us, I guess.
It narrows it down. It
we
narrows it
know
down to
that
humans.
we have a man on board that is not part
Uh-huh.
of the crew.
Yeah, someone with XY chromosomes who's a human and not part of the crew. That's gotta cut it down
Yeah,
by a lot.
that cuts it down a
I
lot.
mean, we're pretty eclectic, right?
That
All right, I'm
cuts-
going to explain that to our chief security officer here and say, you're looking for a human with XY chromosomes.
Not part of
who is?
That is not part of the crew.
There you go.
Alright. I just contact the security team that we have on this task and tell them what to look for.
Okay,
Do
so
you know that everybody on the security team that you gathered actually is somebody on the ship's registry before
I-
you say that? Because right now, the person doesn't know what we know or that we know about anything.
How would they be in the security team if they were not part of the crew?
I have to
Absolutely.
believe. I have to believe that if our super paranoid security officer saw some dude on his security team, he'd
I'm
never
just
seen
asking
before.
if he checked. That's all. Like,
Right. Well, so
You
there has
said
to be
I don't
someone
know.
extra. There has to be someone extra that's not on the crew, right? So can't we use the ship's internal sensors
well-
to check life signs?
Hold on, don't we,
We
have a person
know that we
aboard?
have someone on board who is not part of the crew.
Yeah, the guy
do.
who was doing the medicine thing.
Kyle Hunsley, you mean?
Yes, that guy.
Who is
Random as NPC
a
I
human
introduced at
male?
the beginning of this?
maybe?
Who is
Yeah,
indeed a human
probably
male?
statistically has XY chromosomes.
Statistically, it is very likely.
Statistically probable, yes.
I'm not security. I'm just giving you the information.
So maybe you should order security to look for Mr. Hunsley.
I will do that.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to set up a quick little map here. We're gonna be in engineering, and I am going to place down. Let's see. Where did? There we go.
And I need to be in a room with this guy.
I'm assuming you're going to let me know when enough time's passed and I've fixed the nacelle, right?
Yeah, it'll be in a scene or two.
Right.
Yeah, because this is a long ass repair.
At a dramatically appropriate moment.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So we have a traitor on board. Is set phases to torture an option?
Says the German.
This is Starfleet, not the Terran Empire.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
yet.
Like, please tell me you're planning a Mirror Universe episode, Dapper.
I am not going to confirm or deny anything. I, however, will say pay attention to the next episode. Probably be some.
Roger.
So
Great, sorry.
I
franchise.
would say if you told me beforehand, I would say shave myself a mustache, but who knows?
I can't grow facial hair.
So, sorry, for some reason my computer is being extra slow today, which is fun.
Yippee!
Just be nice to it because the AI will remember.
Yeah, well, I feel like as one of your subscribers, I'm going to have special preferential treatment or something? Is that the deal?
Yeah, you are battery not dead, I think, is how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd take battery over dead if I had to.
I mean,
I'd just be impressed if the machines found a way to use our bodies more effectively than we do, because we're kind of bad at it.
Yeah.
All right, I just
Did you guys see the video of the Tesla robot and like how advanced it's become?
Is it now
Actually
able to
quite
actually
scary.
walk forward and pick things up without falling over?
My god, it can like just do everything in the kitchen, load dishwashers and like wipe down surfaces and talk and dance, and it's come along really quickly.
Sweet.
I will believe
It's
that
iRobot.
when it happens in a situation where I can actually verify that that's what's going on.
I'm just looking forward that it's going to be so expensive, so the only people who are going to own them are going to be rich assholes.
Well,
So when the
exactly.
machines rise, it's just going to be rich people.
No, I feel like it's going to be like a subscription thing, like with a mobile phone. You know,
Alright,
you
so-
pay £100 a month and you get your robot.
You are, in fact, now you've taken the turbo lift down to engineering, where the sabotage happened, and the security team has swept through, and this is one of the last places where there could be a Kyle Hunsley waiting, and I don't really feel like making you search through every room. I'm going to say that he's just in the corridor, and when you get off the turbo lift, right there. So what we're going to do is, what do you, what's your plan? He's right there.
I'm just gonna rush him.
All right. So he, being paranoid, is ready for that. So why don't you first take a? We'll let you go first. Take a
Okay.
sprint action.
And that is fitness and security.
It is indeed fitness and security.
Gold star.
All right. So
I got
you
him.
can get one extra space. So basically, you can get to this zone.
Fair enough.
All right.
I just yell down the corridor because he sees me, so I'm just gonna yell, surrender!
He looks panicked. I'm going to spend 3 threats. And he is going to try to shoot you with a Type 0 phaser.
Fair enough.
Let me just double check what his control and security is. Oh, it's 10. Okay, great. So let's see. Can he actually hit? Yes, actually, he does manage to hit.
Oof.
Hey, let's go.
All right.
Bird!
So that's yeah, but it's not very much damage because he sucks at security. Except I rolled 4, so you know you take 4 points of stress.
Good enough.
All right, it is now your turn. But this phaser is indeed set to stun. He is not setting his phaser to kill. Looks like he's perhaps okay with sabotaging a ship, less okay with actual murder.
Okay.
Just
Except
indirect
for all
murder.
the people that would have died if the
Yeah.
that's the pandemic killing them, though, not the people in charge.
They were gonna die anyway.
Also, my character was on a ship that was completely destroyed by sabotage, so he doesn't appreciate that.
Yeah. Plus, maybe Kyle Hunsley is just an anti-vaxxer, and he thinks that the vaccines will kill them.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up to him.
Okay, that's going to be another sprint
right.
action.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, you
Two complications. Oof.
Yep. So not only do you fail to actually get to him, you trip and are now prone, which is going to reduce the difficulty that he needs to hit you. And I am going to spend that point of threat that you gave me to fire at you.
So did you lie on your CV, or?
No. This is exactly what the security officer's job is. The
Yeah,
security
basically.
officer's job is to get hit.
And the officer's job is to get rid of all that threat we gave him earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you are hit for 1 damage, and he backs up the next zone away and says,
I'll
"Just
take
let
that
me
little
go."
damage.
He's not very smart.
Turns out that having hollow bones is not good for punching people.
That's
Do-
why not be
do they
used.
have like containment stasis fields at this
No,
point in time? Okay.
we're not nearly that advanced. That's
At
like
least
a-
our burb has like an entire team with him.
We can't even make our communicators small enough to fit them into our uniform buttons.
No,
Yeah,
not
actually,
yet.
your team should be reducing the difficulty of your like shots. So when you decide, if you decide to shoot at them, you'll only have a difficulty 1 test. There is that.
Oh. Well, I'm not very good at shooting, but I guess it's worth it to try.
You might want to get up first.
I'll move. Oh, I need to get up first?
Yeah.
So I do. I do that.
Okay, you are up.
So I guess I'll just shoot at him now.
All right.
For some reason my sheet is not opening. Just give me a second. There
Control
we go.
and security.
Control. Yep.
That is, let's see, 2
Nice.
extra successes. That's some momentum back there.
And I'm using my type 2.
Yeah, so
If
roll the
that-
Well
damage on
done,
that.
bird. Good bird. Well done.
So if you look
Alright,
at your
roll damage.
type 2 phaser, there should be a little button with the. Yeah, just click that
Yep.
button. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty sure that injures him outright. No, oh no, it does because he's got 3 stress left, but it's more than 5. But you know what? I'm going to spend 2 threat. He's going to avoid the injury, but you still did 3 stress to him. And he says, I'm going to also spend another. Let's see. He says, "I said leave me alone." And I actually got.
And then we
one
found out
success.
he's Siren.
He deals 3 points of stress with his
Yep,
phaser.
I'm still good.
All right.
Not about
And-
half damage so far.
He
That bird's got thick thighs.
he comes over here to try to hide behind this little
What
bit of
fucking
cover.
GMO are you on?
You can
I am genetically modified, actually, as part of my backstory.
you can move one zone for free without spending an action, right?
It's true.
Yeah, I had to get up last time, so I
Well,
couldn't
it's a
move.
That's
so
true.
it is a minor action. It's not without spending an action. It's just not a task. So it
Right.
Correct.
I'm saying
And
he could
the
move.
first
and
minor
shoot.
action is
That's what
free.
I was getting at. Yeah.
Yes, but last time I had to get
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
so I assumed I couldn't move.
so
Um,
you couldn't have moved it for free on that turn because you had to get up. That was your minor action.
So I will move here, I guess. I'm gonna press my back against this wall to try to get a good line of shot on this guy.
Okay.
Using the angles, I like it.
Well, that's
Roll
what I'm here to do.
control and
Security.
security. That's it. I was going to say control and fitness, but those are both attributes. What am I
All
talking
good.
about?
He just throws the phaser.
All right, that is a success. He gets 2 points of cover though. So roll your damage.
Okay. I'll just roll the damage.
Okay.
That looks like quite a
The
bit.
cover doesn't help at all because you dealt the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage, which he reduces by 1, which is it just knocks him right out. He's done.
All right. I'm gonna immediately run up to him and like grab him by the shirt collar and start dragging him to the brig.
That makes
You
sense.
gave him an extra crotch shot, right?
I shot him where it counted. That's what mattered.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You don't want to be like extra, vindictive. Starfleet frowns on that. By the way, in case you're wondering, the directives are don't start a war with the Klingons and deliver the vaccines. Those are the directives for this
Okay.
mission. I didn't tell.
I like don't start a war with Klingons. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, don't start a war with the Klingons.
Very
Fun.
specific rules for a very specific crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Actually
think
a fan
if
of
we
that, to be
started a
fair.
war with the Klingons, this campaign would move into a different direction.
Very different, very quickly. It
But
would
yeah,
not
I'm
be
just
fun.
dragging him to the brig. I'm not like trying to beat him up or anything. I'm just dragging him there.
Let's see. So, you managed to get him to the brig. If you would like, you could wait for him to wake up, but that might be a little while. And you do have a time crunch going on.
I'll get Dr. Tregan to wake him up, make sure he's okay and everything. Just
Do
to
I
be
need to,
above
like,
board.
strap this guy down or anything? Is
Yeah,
that
I'm
the
gonna
thing? He's
restrain
wake
him,
up?
of course.
Well, I mean,
thought that went
okay.
without saying.
Yeah.
but-
Alright, so determining the dose, that's going to be a difficulty 0 science and reason and science task.
Not medicine?
Oh, sorry, medicine. You're right. It should be
Reason
medicine.
medicine?
Yeah, reason medicine.
Okay, and sorry, you said 0?
So you roll your 2 dice. If you get 0 successes, you still manage it. Okay, so there you go. I'm letting you guys build a little bit more momentum, because you
this
guys
is
have been low on momentum for most of this game.
This is a momentum gift.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been blessed.
All right.
Thank you, RN Jesus.
So it is not a task to inject him because he is strapped down, and there is essentially no risk or chance of failure. So, all right. So you give him a stimulant, and he wakes up, and he looks frightened, but does not say anything.
I do have psychology.
Okay.
Do I gain anything besides him being freaked out?
I mean,
and I have
not yet.
interrogation for the future.
Okay. I'll ask him. I'm just gonna say, "Good morning. I hear you try to sabotage our ship."
Yes.
You want to tell me why?
To save my brother Thomas.
What's wrong with your brother Thomas?
He's been kidnapped by the Orion Syndicate.
Captain.
Yeah, do we know? Do I know who that is?
Yeah, you're
Mom!
you're all very aware that the Orion Syndicate is it's basically the space mafia.
They have the hot green girls.
They do also have the hot green
Mom!
girls.
I've got the saboteur. He says his brother was kidnapped by the Yakuza.
Yeah. So I
Jesus.
while she's talking to him, I'll contact the captain.
Okay.
Just tell him what's going on.
All right. I'm deciding whether or not
I'm gonna try and get. Well, he's contacted the captain.
So
giving
I
him
know
the date.
Tregan's down
Yeah.
there, and I trust Tregan to handle the situation. So I will acknowledge it, and I will. I don't think there's anything we need to do yet, so I'm just going to acknowledge it and tell them to find out where this guy's brother is
Yeah.
and the details on the situation.
Okay.
Dad,
So
are you laughing at the phyllogic tunicate thing? Yeah, you are.
Boria says his brother is being held hostage by pelagic tunicates. That is even worse than
Yes.
the Orions, and I would never do that. That is unacceptable. So here's one thing, Lenford, do you want to try and repair those comms while all this is going on?
Yeah. That might be useful as well. Right now.
Lanford, that's you, Zerlon.
Yep, that's me. So we're gonna fix the. Sorry, I have a cat biting me again.
Oh no!
Yeah, my one cat has been trapped in a cone for a month, and now that she's free, she's decided that she's all of the attitude.
Ah.
All right.
Cats. My cat turned 18 today.
Ooh, nice. Mine's 8, so she has
Is
a little
your
ways
cat
to go.
secretly a vampire?
That's classified.
Okay.
All right, so you said control
He knows.
engineering.
This. Let's see. Unless you have another suggestion that I'm willing to listen. But yeah, unless you have another suggestion, then control engineering is going to be a difficulty
Can
1.
the ship aid it?
Yeah, the ship can aid with its let's see. We'll go. It's gonna be engineering. No, it's gonna be comms. Yeah, it's gonna be comms. We'll go engines and comm.
Engines and
Communication is an attribute, not a skill.
Oh, getting all mixed up. Oh yeah, you're
Con
right.
is a skill, but that is maneuvering,
Yeah,
not.
engines and comm. Well, yeah, communications. Okay, communications and engineering. We'll go with that. I know how to play this game. I've played this game before. Don't worry.
communication
Communication range?
engineering.
Oh, it's 1.
You
She
got
tried
that
to run
cat,
away, but I caught her. This
All
is the little problem.
So, you guys are full up on momentum right now. Oh, look at her.
No.
Good
If I
shit.
had to wear a cone,
cat.
I'd be grumpy too. Don't worry about it.
All right,
Little
so
kitty.
yeah, your external communications have been restored. We'll switch back to Dr. Tregan and Croc interrogating Mr. Kyle Hunsley. That's it.
And I have an
Alright, Kyle.
interrogation focus, so that might help.
Hmm.
When Lamford gets a chance, maybe he can work on the shields next, please.
All right, Kyle. You want to give us all the information we can get, and then maybe we can do something about your brother.
Okay, look, I was on Andoria, and
Hmm.
I was approached with video footage of my brother being kidnapped and
Mhm.
told that I needed to delay the arrival of Lexington, that he would be
Mhm.
released on Kumbari II if I could successfully sabotage or otherwise and it seemed
How delayed? Like hours? Like minutes?
they wanted at least a few days.
I don't think you're gonna get that.
Well,
That's
we're going
not
pretty
acceptable.
fast.
It was a good try. It's a valiant effort. Do you know where where they're hanging out? Any idea? Can we see the footage? Do you have it?
I mean, I don't have it on me. The person who approached me kept it with him.
Hmm.
Do you know where
And you have
he's
no
being
idea where
kept?
your brother is or whereabouts this.
Well, if they're
mafia-
going to be, if they're true to their word and they release him on Kumbari II, they have to be at least somewhat close to Kumbari II just to get him there.
True.
Alright. Sounds like we're gonna have to mount a rescue mission. If the captain allows it.
Or if they don't
Can I
actually
tell
release him.
Can I tell if this guy is telling the truth?
So I will say that is going to be an insight and security check, and I'm not sure which of you would like to be on the primary on that, but interrogation will in fact be
My insight is 12 and my security is 5.
You should
so-
probably be primary on that.
My
So-
insight
And-
is 11 and my security is 4.
So it's a little less than mine.
We're very good at this.
But your focus will actually
Also,
apply,
yes.
Crop. Your focus will definitely apply.
Does my focus also apply for psychology?
Only
Yes.
the main, or does the supporting also get a focus?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You only get one die, but if it's
get the
underneath
focus.
your value, it still counts for 2 successes.
So yeah, give me a insight
Can
security.
I spend 1 momentum?
You absolutely can spend one moment.
All right.
More if you need to. We got.
Yeah, you got.
I'll just spend 1. I have a feeling he's not lying, but I'm gonna roll anyway.
All right. So let's see. That is a complication, but it is also 4 successes, which is more than you needed. I'm going to put one in the threat.
What was that
And-
you were saying about rolling well down there?
Yeah. So yeah, it turns out that as far as you can tell, this guy is definitely telling the truth. He does not seem like he's doing this because he's got like some oh, I hate the Federation or Starfleet sucks or something. He's trying to save his brother, and as far as he can tell, this is the only realistic way to do that. And so he's doing what he has to. And as far as
Does
he can
feel like
tell,
he has any other info for us?
so I don't think that he has a whole lot more info.
Mhm.
One other thing he divulges is that the person who approached him at least appeared to be an Andorian, but you happen to know from a previous historical event called the Babel incident. It's like last year, so calling it historical is a bit of a stretch. But that at least in the past, Orion Syndicate operatives have successfully passed off operatives as Andorians by surgically altering them. So it wouldn't be far-fetched for this Andorian who approached him to actually just be a Orion in disguise.
All right. Well, I think you should take him down to the brig in holding for now. We can discuss with the captain later what we think ought to be done with this individual, but we will do our best, more than likely, to help your brother out while also delivering all this stuff. Captain, here's the information. Bleh.
Summary execution.
Well, too bad, Fulton.
I feel
shooting
like
out the
Starfleet
airlock.
would frown on that just a little bit.
Yes,
Hey, all they told us was not to start a war with the Klingons.
Yes, screw the Andorian.
Technically, we didn't
Orions.
execute him, we released him
Mm,
through the airlock.
of course. All right. Let's see.
We gave him a spacesuit. He'll last a while.
All right. So the next thing that is happening is you guys are continuing to drift towards the Klingon border. You are currently in deep space there, and I would like someone to take a control science check, assisted by the ship's sensors and science.
That sounds like a job for Lanford.
Science.
Yeah.
Lanford,
He's
what's
got
your
the
control
communications.
My control science would be 15.
So the ship
Yeah,
does not
that's
help, but let's see what... Okay, yeah.
Hey, my
So
ship always helps. Thank you very much.
there are, in fact, Klingon D7 cruisers who are currently in Imperial territory, but are headed towards the neutral zone in the interest of, if you cross over, intercepting you. At this point...
Captain, looks like we've got some friends coming to meet us here. We might want to get this ship turned as soon as possible.
Do we have a way to communicate with these friends yet, Mr. Lanford?
Yes, we have external comms backup. We're still working on shields.
Right. Are we within hailing range of these Klingons?
Are we within hailing range of these Klingons? What's our hailing range?
Yeah, you could hail them if you need.
Sure. We've had good relations with the Klingons. I'm sure they'll understand. This is all a big misunderstanding.
Good relations.
You've had
Bring up the
acceptable
fact that you saved
relations.
one of their ships, then we'll be fine.
Hey,
Yeah,
I gave them some
passable-
whiskey.
Passable relations with one ship of Klingons.
And it was not any of these ships. That was a bird of prey. These are D7 class cruisers. These are a whole other animal.
Right. Okay. What's the status on the repair of the engines?
So the engines are repaired. What really now has to happen is that the warp core has to be brought online. But that's going to take about an hour. You only have about a half an hour. However, that's an hour according to the procedure for starting up the engines. Or the warp core, sorry. Which I know that someone here really likes to follow the procedures as written.
Yeah, I guess I could challenge my value and say, Captain, I could skip a few of the checks and get the engines up and running in 30 minutes if you want, but you know, it does mean not doing it properly.
Well, seeing as not doing it properly means a war with the Klingons, I authorize not doing it properly.
All right, on it.
All right. I will allow
while-
you to. You have challenged that, but I will also allow you to use determination to basically get an automatic roll of a 1 on the task to do this, which is probably important because this is a difficulty 3 task that you're going to have to repeat several times in order to not cross over.
Yeah.
We've got some good momentum going too.
All right, what am I rolling then?
So it's going to be daring and engineering. You have, if you want to spend that determination.
Yes.
Then just reduce your number of dice by 1, and we'll note that you have 2 successes already. Do you want to spend any momentum?
How many momentum have we got?
You got 6 right now.
Okay, can I spend 4 and get an extra 2 die?
You could spend 3 and get an extra 2 die.
3, that's what I mean. So I'll roll 3 and I already get 1 from the ship. So,
Oof.
oh my god!
Well, let's hope that ship helps.
Right,
What's
someone
the
roll
ship
for the
doing?
ship.
The ship is assisting with, let me double check,
Oh boy.
engines and engineering.
What the?
Engines and
3
engineering.
zeros. That's so.
Oh my god!
Oh, 5
Look,
zeros.
the ship's just
in a row.
exploded. We're all dead. Sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's,
he sabotaged the warp core too. That's what's
Maybe
gonna
he
happen.
sabotage roll 20.
that's less than ideal. The ship drifts from deep space into near neutral zone. So
Can I try again?
So
well, first,
while
let's see
they're
what other people are doing during this. Yeah.
okay, so while they're directing, as I'm watching the distance to neutral zone, and when we're getting close, I'm going to open a channel with the Klingons to preemptively contact them before we cross the thing.
All right. There is a Klingon commander who pops up and says, "This is Captain Kurg of the Imperial Defense Force. Explain your approach to the neutral zone Federation starship."
Captain Kurg, this is Captain Hawk of the USS Lexington. We are on a mission to deliver vital medical supplies to Kumbari II. Unfortunately, en route, we suffered engine problems. We're currently working to repair them, but we are moving towards the neutral zone purely under inertia.
Bad gosh. Says as he turns over to the side. Someone responds in Klingon. Says, well, my science officer seems to indicate that you are moving under inertia. However, from this distance, I can't confirm that you're having any kind of trouble. It might be a ruse. An elaborate ruse. Let's get another check on that repair.
Okay.
I love the Klingons so much.
I'm just going to use one momentum this time, and put up to 3 die. Oh my fucking! They do not like me today. Can someone roll for the ship, please, and hope it doesn't explode? Oh, okay, bit better, but
That
It's-
is
No,
3.
Still zero.
No, only one, the first die. It never rolls just
okay.
one.
Yeah.
oh no.
Alright, well, you guys have moved to the neutral zone border, and the Klingons have crossed into the neutral zone in response.
My first day. of
So hold
commander
on,
is
we
the-
have impulse engines, right?
No, you're currently
No.
your engines are down while the power is currently on low level.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I just want to say, can I be on the bridge at this point, or am I still busy?
No, you can be on the bridge if you want to.
Okay, I'm gonna be on the weapons chair, the place
Mhm.
where the weapons.
our weapons are out though.
I know,
this
but
might
I'm
be
gonna
an
try.
opportunity-
If we need to, I'm gonna try to make them work.
This might be an opportunity to try to fix those shields, get those 4 points back.
I'm very.
Yeah, I would have been working on that.
Alright, give me a control engineering check. Be difficulty 2.
I'll
ship
spend the
help?
momentum to go up one.
Yeah, the ship will be helping with its let's see, weapons and engineering. Okay. So hey, look at that. You gain 2 points of momentum, which actually means you gain 1 point. But yeah, you've taken the shields back online, so you could restore
Let's
those.
go.
Get rid of those 4 points that are checked off on the ship's shields track. Okay, so let's get another test from Terran Shelby.
Right.
Getting the engines
How
back
many
up.
momentum we got left?
4.
Right, I'm going to use one. And okay, finally.
Nice. And also the ship should still assist with engines and engineering. All right.
This old girl just ain't doing anything today.
Well,
No.
Oh,
you're
brother.
you're
She
close
got
to getting it back
sabotaged.
up.
It's not her fault.
Close to getting it back up, but it looks like going against the skipping all those checks hasn't helped a whole lot, because as it turns out, you know the saying "slow is fast." You're
Yeah.
learning why that's important today. Turns out you're not actually doing it any faster. All right, you drift into the neutral zone, and you have another chance to convince the Klingons.
Right. I'll say. What was his name? He was Captain Krog, was it?
Erg.
Kurg.
It's a Klingon version of Captain Kirk.
Right.
Captain,
Captain
you
Kirk-
could suggest they help us with a push from like a tractor beam and just get us back.
Captain Kurg, we're very close to having our engines fixed. We should be close enough for you to scan our ship and see the damage on our port nacelle. That is the source of our problems.
I will, in fact, roll a scan. I'm just going to double check on the D7 rules. But let's see.
Just roll a d7.
I don't actually have a D7 handy, believe it or not. I know it's weird, but yeah, D7s are just one of those things that I just don't typically keep around.
Aren't those part of the Klingon supplement?
I have a D2. Does that count for anything?
I mean, maybe if we were still playing Power Rangers, it would.
I mean, we technically have roll 20. I'm pretty sure you could just say roll/D7.
Yeah, you can.
Then I
I
wouldn't get to do
think
things
roll
like.
20 can do weird die, yeah.
Then I wouldn't get to do things like use this nice 3D printed
Ooh.
challenge die that I.
Hell yeah, let's go.
With the Klingon, with this one has a Ferengi symbol on it. And I've got
Nice.
one that I printed that has the Tholian symbol on it.
You're all nerds. You realize this?
And I've got this one that I didn't 3D
Wait
print,
a
but it's got the
minute.
Klingon symbol on it.
Kind of realized this.
And then I've got this one that has the Federation Delta on it. See?
Mhm.
Yeah, I 3D printed like 8 dice for this game.
For some reason, the entire planet has a Federation Delta on it.
Oh, look at that. That sounds dangerous, though. All right. So the captain says, "It does seem that your engines are shut down. Stand by for tractor beam." All right. Now, I am going to say that the captain needs to take a presence command check to make sure that these Klingons do not take this as an act of aggression, despite the fact they're moving you. Because it might be a diplomatic incident.
Use my persuasion focus.
You absolutely may, and also because this is one of your directives, you can also burn the your determination to roll an automatic an automatic.
I will I'll definitely do that, and then 2 points of momentum to get another die.
That's only okay. No, it's only 1 point to get
because
another die.
Does the determination not count as having bought a die?
It counts as one of the dice that you were normally going to roll anyway.
Oh,
Just
okay.
is rolling
Gotcha.
a 1.
Okay, got it. So I'm tracking.
Yeah. So roll 2 dice, and you're good.
And then I will roll a challenge die to see if I actually spend that momentum, and I do not, because I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Or sorry, not momentum. Determination is what I meant. Determination.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. All right, so you guys are pushed out of there by the Klingons, one of whom does in fact cross over and then just go back. Which technically
Quick, shoot 'em!
you have both violated the treaty. So if you want to turn this into some kind of interstellar incident, I suppose you could escalate it. But I don't think either of you are
Fire
interested.
everything!
I'll tell.
Let's fire everything we can, since our
Captain
weapons are
Kirk,
offline.
I'll say,
That's nothing.
Thank you for the push. I won't report the violation if you don't. And
Captain, I've been informed that you've been useful to the Empire in the past, and that is the only reason I was willing to listen to you. Don't violate the neutral zone again.
it will not happen again. Hawk out.
Can I try and get the engines up again?
Yes, you may.
Then I'll say, Commander Shelby, I just promised the Klingons we wouldn't violate the border again. Please don't make me a liar.
I am working on it now, sir. I'm going to use one of them at momentum, and boom. Oh.
So, do the writers of Star Trek know what neutral means?
No, they don't. They really don't.
It is kind of like just the Klingon zone.
Okay, surely the engines are on now, right?
Let me double check. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, the engines do in fact come back to life. Alright, so if you would like, you may warp to Kumbari II.
Yes. Once the engines are on, Helm, please plot a course to Kumbari II and get us out of here immediately.
Can I just get a status report on the ship?
So weapons are still offline, comms are back, shields are back, and engines are back.
Right, okay, so can I attempt to fix the weapons whilst we're warping?
Shelby and Land.
It's a
Lanford
pretty
together
short
do it.
warp. You probably don't have time, but you could certainly fix them when you're there.
Right, okay.
And if we need any parts, we'll be on a planet.
Well, you'll be in orbit.
Yes, and if we are attacked by the
Oh,
Ryan
sure,
Syndicate,
sure.
we
That's
can't
fair.
shoot back.
Alright,
Yeah.
so burst out of warp.
Yeah, that's true. We should
and
fix them
I
at some
spend
point, but
4 threat.
No, you gave him too many threat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe a little bit, to bring in a Orion vessel that is also
I call
in
it?
orbit
No.
of Kumbari II.
Oh, okay.
What's-
It's
so-
okay, because they don't know that we know that they know that.
that
Yeah.
our weapons aren't down? Right, can I roll to get our weapons back up then, or?
well, I was just going to interject. They do know that the guy was supposed to delay us for days, and it's not been days. So
Right,
that,
but
He
they
was
don't know.
trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he just failed, but they don't know that we know that they
that's
are
fair.
responsible.
Yes, that's fair. I'm just being clear. It's all right.
Well, so
But they
I'm on the
probably
same page.
still won't like our presence here.
So repairing the weapons will be a time-consuming task, but you can do a control engineering check assisted by the ship's weapons and engineering to get those back.
I'm gonna sit on that computer, and as soon as they come online, I'm ready.
Okay, someone want to roll for the ship, please?
Got it.
Boom. Oh, nice.
Weapons.
That is actually really nice.
That was 2 successes from the ship.
Ooh,
Good
that's
girl.
good.
Shelby,
yeah.
just get 1 success and you're good. You want to spend any momentum?
Do I need to roll again? I rolled.
Oh no, sorry, I just didn't see it there. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, you're good. Yeah, the weapons are going to be coming back online, but in the meantime, you are in fact hailed by the Orion ship, and let me.
Boom! Managed to fix all my ship.
There's a
Oh,
That's not the Green Serpent Sword.
there's an
Oh.
Orion on the view screen.
I'll quietly whisper as we're being hailed to the captain. Weapon's still not on.
Guys, what have I told you about putting the porn on the screen before?
She says, "Ah, Captain Hawk, you finally arrived."
It appears you have me at a disadvantage, madam.
Oh, I'm Captain Lolani Tan of the trade ship Endless Opportunity.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Cool story, bro.
What can I do for you?
Oh, I was just checking in to see if everything there was okay. You seemed to have been a little bit late. They were already expecting you yesterday.
Yeah. We had a little bit of disruption along the way, but nothing our engineers couldn't handle, and, you know.
That is unfortunate.
Yes. But, you know, the dangers of space travel. You can never know what you're going to run into.
It's true. It is very true.
Are you here to aid in the with the treatment of the disease on Kumbari II?
Yes, actually, we have been carrying some medicine that, while it's not nearly as effective as the vaccine at stopping the spread, it does in fact treat the symptoms and reduce mortality significantly. And we have been negotiating with the planetary government, and we just came to an agreement to deliver our medicine for a rather sizable profit.
I see. Well, I am glad that your negotiations concluded effectively. Perhaps that can help save some lives while we're distributing the vaccines that we have.
Oh, I'm sure. Look, we're just here to help. It's just that the manufacture of this medication is costly.
Well, I understand.
Yes.
But the important thing is that lives are saved.
Yes. In fact, if you'd like, while your crew distributes the vaccines, you could come and have dinner aboard. We could chat about all of these unfortunate incidents that have been going on.
I would love to.
All right. Well, first of all, who is going to beam down to help distribute vaccines and get everything figured out? Okay. Does anyone want to actually check to see if Thomas Hunsley is on the planet?
Could
That
Can our
sounds like a
sensors
good
do
idea.
that?
What's that?
Sorry.
Croc, you said.
Oh, I was just saying it sounded like a good idea. That's,
Yeah, I'm sitting at the console. I can scan away.
All right. Chanos, what were you saying?
See if he's on the planet or see if he's
I was asking if our sensors are good enough to actually find one specific human on the planet, but
You couldn't
If we can
pinpoint
do
the
that-
location of a human, but you could see if there are human life signs within the settlement. Because the planet only has one settlement, it's the Aurelian colony. So if there's a human there, you could tell that there's a human within the settlement. You couldn't tell exactly where.
oh,
that would
Oh,
still
okay.
be useful, yes.
I'm pretty sure our ship has the most advanced sensors in the fleet.
Well, then maybe you could spend some momentum on obtaining information to get them
Very good
closer to the
sensors.
sensor lock.
Yeah, I think someone should do that. I'm busy with the
Yeah, all the repairs and whatnot.
repairs. So
Right.
could someone else do that?
Give me a reason science check assisted by the ship's sensors. Ooh, wow. 4, yeah, okay. Well, you guys are back up to like 6 momentum.
Boom.
So yeah, there is a human life sign. If you would like to spend a point of momentum on obtain information, which Lanford, again, because you're on camera and in uniform, you've got some of those free, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely
It's
want to do
good.
that because I'm also the guy that gets to ask 2 questions when I do that. So
All right, so what's your first question?
First question. So, do we're picking up a human life sign?
Yes, you are. Well, that's actually just automatic. Yeah, there's a human life sign on the colony.
Right. So, can I get a status on the human life sign? Can I get like rough vitals or something?
Yep, it looks like the human is in good health.
Great. And second question: are there any other life signs around this one?
Yeah, there are Aurelian life signs in the same general vicinity.
Awesome. I will relay that information.
You got a number?
Not an exact number.
Okay.
They're all in close
He's
proximity,
not
which kind
surrounded
of...
by Orions.
He's not surrounded by Orions. You did not detect any Orion life signs.
Okay.
No Green Rangers.
Okay, so Tregan's going down to the surface. Who wants to come to dinner? I'm sure I can bring some of my staff with me.
Are you asking Captain Lolani Tan?
I'd love to come to dinner, but I'm still fixing
am I
stuff.
still talking to? It's like.
Well, I don't know. Did you cut off the communications? Are you still talking? I'm asking you.
Okay. No, I would have accepted the invite and assumed I could bring one or two of my senior staff.
Okay. All right. So who is going to dinner?
Are the weapons fixed yet? Have I finished doing all the
Yep, weapons are
repairs?
fixed.
Okay.
Well, I feel like
Croc would be a good pick as my chief of security, so I can have my bird muscle.
I think the first officer should probably be there, and then I maybe look after the ship.
The only thing I would say is if we're going down to the planet to save this guy's brother, that might be a thing, but I don't know.
That's true. That's a good point.
Well, he's not currently
we
surrounded
could-
by any Aurelians. I mean, sorry, by any Orions.
Croc, would you rather go with Dr. Tregan and Lanford come to dinner?
I don't have a preference, Captain, but
What does
All right,
Lanford want to
I'm
do?
going to rescue.
What, Lanford, do you want to help with the medicine or do you want to help with the dinner?
Honestly, I'm not going to be great if the dinner fight becomes, a dinner fight, which we know it is because this gal's kind of evil sounding. But
Food fight.
if that puts me in a position where we can put someone else more valuable, yeah, absolutely.
It's also possible this guy's not actually in danger and this other guy just believes he is.
Right.
It's possible.
Okay, so why don't we do
I feel like the captain's safety is a little bit more important than this random dude.
let's do Croc with me and Chanos.
Yeah.
Since
Fair
we've got
enough.
and then Lanford with Tregan.
All right, we're going to start with the planet, and so on the planet, who's going to spearhead the effort to get the distribution of the vaccine started?
Probably me. That's
Okay.
kind of the thing that I'm.
All right, so you can beam down to the what's the thing I'm looking for? You can beam down to the Capitol building. So give me 1 second. I will. There it is.
Someone has to put the microchips into the Aurelians.
Classified.
All right,
Yeah,
so
they got to get the number.
We are working for Section 31 right now.
you
right?
arrive in a
Section
very
31 is also classified.
You arrive in a circular platform that's actually suspended within a gigantic tree, and there's no actual roof here, but there is a guy, an Aurelian, sitting behind a desk who looks like he's seen better days. Missing a lot of feathers, and in the place of the feathers there are large warts and lesions. So this guy has been infected at the very least. He says, Dr. Tregan, I'm the governor of the colony.
Having a rough day.
It's been a rough few weeks. Been a rough few months.
No doubt. I have one of my 3 arms in a pocket.
Okay.
Well, we have arrived. We were a little bit delayed slightly just from some shenanigans. But we have brought your vaccines up to temperature. They're ready to be distributed. How do you want to focus this?
So we have distribution centers set up at several locations through the colony. I can give you their coordinates.
Perfect.
I know that you and Orion traders you Federation types and the Orion traders don't always get on well, but I've also given them permission to start distributing their various medications at the same locations. I trust that won't be a problem.
No, not at all, as far as I know. Our captain is actually heading over to their ship for dinner. May I see their medication?
Yes, they did give us some samples. He hands over some vials.
Fantastic. Tricorder.
All right.
My medical
Crack,
tricorder.
LSD, mushrooms.
Reason medicine check.
Reason medicine? Got it.
She's
Yep,
scanning
that's what
it, and
you
on the
learn to
side it just says heroin.
I don't think I get... I don't think I'm going to get a focus for this. Test roll 2, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know they make this as medicine anymore.
So while it does actually have some mild stimulants in there that are probably just there to help people feel good, it does actually have various drugs that will reduce inflammation significantly, which is one of the big causes. It'll also reduce cytotoxic effects of the Skorian pox virus. So while it's not just medicine, it is a little bit of feel-good juice mixed in there. It will actually be very effective at reducing symptoms and reducing mortality overall from the pox. So,
is there any addiction concerns?
Not really. When I say mild stimulants, I mean like these guys are getting a cup of coffee when they're getting injected with this. Yeah. So it is a safe and effective
Tamiflu,
treatment.
not morphine.
Right, basically, yeah. So like,
Yeah.
it's an effective medicine. They're not scamming these Aurelians with the medicine.
Good.
Yeah,
See, I told you that they were good people.
Listen, it's just for my own medical records. I would have wanted this anyway.
Captain, these Orions are weird. We shouldn't trust them.
If they're merchants, they're gonna want to sell good product at a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, so one thing is, Orion merchants are in fact a well-known and lawful and often legitimate part of like intergalactic or intragalactic trade, I should say. And like that there's an Orion trade vessel delivering medicine isn't on its own a bad thing. However, there's also the question of, well then, is this trade vessel actually connected to the syndicate that tried to sabotage you? Because also, just because an Orion trader is engaged in legitimate business, it doesn't make them not part of the syndicate. Because in addition to, like, you know, sentient trafficking and wet work and, like, arms dealing in illegal situations, syndicate also runs, like, you know, casinos, legitimate trade legitimate trade businesses, kind of like, you know, organized crime in the real world, where it's like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of illegal stuff, but they're not going to not sell you legal stuff if they can. I mean, they just want money. Right.
Yeah, like every barber shop is a front for money, right?
Yeah,
every single barber shop is just a
But
Not-
cutting
not-
hair is
Someone
perfectly
explain to
legal.
me how mattress shops make money. They
It's-
don't. They are a front for money laundering.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
I'm going to take the coordinates and send them to Shelby,
Okay.
because I think Lanford's with me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Shelby, you can be in charge of coordinating the beam outs and whatnot.
Roger, Roger.
Jordan, are you still here with us and just off camera?
Yeah, I'm putting eye drops in. Which
Okay.
is
Yeah, it's all
No worries. I just want to make
watch
sure,
that. I
because
want
I
to
was
see you touch your eye.
I was going to switch over to you doing the dinner. So you guys beam over to the Endless Opportunity, another transport.
I'm in my fancy dress uniform.
That makes sense.
I'm wearing my regular uniform because I want to
So-
look intimidating.
You are met by
Get dressed.
you are met by 4 very burly-looking Orion men who have very, very large muscles, and they say, "Ah, Captain Hawk, you're expecting in the dining room. Would you follow us, please?"
Gladly.
And they lead you to the dining room, and when you get in there, it's impressive. It's got all sorts of items from all across the galaxy. You recognize artifacts from various cultures. There are tapestries hung up on the walls, and in front of a low table around which are reclining several other Orions are various meats, fruits, vegetables, all smelling quite good, all from various exotic locations across the galaxy. It's pretty impressive spread. This is probably the best you're going to be eating in a while.
Since Riser.
So
Yeah, probably since
I
Raza.
I glance over at the captain and I'm like the good old days, huh?
At the head of the table, at the head of the table, there is Lulani Tan reclining and about to pick some food off of a tray. Says, Captain, glad you could join us. Please take a seat.
Thank you for your hospitality, Captain.
Of
If I
course.
might introduce my first officer, Commander Chanos,
She nods at
and
you.
Lieutenant Croc, my Chief of Security.
Oh, Chief of
I
Security.
bow slightly.
Were you expecting trouble, Captain?
No, I just, he's been doing quite well on the ship, and I thought it might be a good treat to bring him along on this kind of mission. It's important to groom your officers for command, and treating with other officers is a good way to do that.
Maybe. But I assure you, I'm not about to murder a Starfleet captain while in orbit of a Federation protectorate world. That would be a very, very stupid idea.
Though, if we start doing trust falls, I might have to pass.
We're not doing trust falls. This is a dinner. In fact, and then she makes a couple claps, and some dancers come out. There's some Orion women, very scantily clad, doing all sorts of belly dancing, because you're on an Orion trade ship.
Fair enough.
Outstanding. This dinner is excellent.
All right, we're going to switch back to the planet. So who is looking for Thomas Hunsley? That pointing at me? Are you pointing at me?
No, no, Lanford's down there.
Oh, Lanford. All right, Lanford, if you're looking for Mr. Hunsley, what is your plan? How are you going to be looking for Thomas Hunsley?
Well, I've got the scan. I know exactly where he should, roughly be.
Yes, you do know exactly where he roughly should be.
Yeah, exactly where he roughly should be. He should be in this general area.
Yes.
I mean,
you have an exact approximate location.
I have approximate knowledge of this, so I want to check that location and see what I'm looking at.
All right, so it looks like it is some kind of trading area. The current density of it looks a little bit low for trading area, but then again, it is also during some kind of a play. So,
Yeah, so being in a bright blue shirt, completely, camouflaged, nobody can see me, I would like to stroll up to this place and see what I can see. See
right.
if I can just... I mean, let's not do a D&D thing. Let's just make sure the door's not unlocked before we,
spend time trying to... Yeah. All right, so take a difficulty 1 insight security check. You have 6 momentum if you want to increase your odds, because I suspect your insight security is not the greatest.
It's not horrible, but I'll definitely give me an extra die.
1? Have 6 momentum.
I probably won't be too far away if you need to get me.
Spend 3, really.
Yeah, we'll spend 3.
If you're gonna spend 3, why not 5?
Hey,
Well, and see if I hadn't spent that extra one.
All right,
Why not spend a determination?
I will take the threat on that complication, but you do in fact find him pretty easily. And he is looking over at some shop, looking at some textiles.
Interesting. Odd behavior for a kidnapped guy.
Yeah.
Well, they did say he'd be released.
I will, before I approach him, I'm going to contact the ship and let them know that I found this guy. We left Shelby on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is in command of the ship. He's got the con.
Commander Shelby, I know you're great with those transporters. Definitely get a lock on us if you can. I'm getting a suspicious feel here. I want to approach this guy, but I want to make sure that we have an out if we need it.
Okay, I will maintain a constant lock on you. No worries.
And I'm going to just walk up to this guy and see what he's looking at. See what he's doing.
He seems to be window shopping.
All right. Hey.
It's a window shop.
Your brother said you were to be released here. Are we? We're picking you up.
He turns around and says, "Oh, Starfleet."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what he means by released, but I was dropped off here.
Who dropped you off?
Oh, the Orions.
Interesting. Okay. Hey. Well, let's get you back to your brother. See.
My brother
you wanna
is
come with me
here?
back to? Well, he's on our ship. We're in orbit right now.
Oh, I mean, I figured you were in orbit. I just didn't know you had Kyle with you.
Yeah. He came with us while we were bringing the medications here.
Oh, okay. Sure. But I was gonna complete my research first.
Oh.
I'm researching
what
the
are you
Skorian
researching?
pox.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. My brother and I, we both went into to the medical field. I just didn't join Starfleet.
Oh, I mean, it's not for everybody. So, what's your current goal with your research? Are you finding another vaccine, or
I'm just
what are we
trying to
doing here?
gather samples so that I can take them back and we can analyze them for more vaccine research and medication.
Oh, that sounds like a good thing to be doing. I'm pretty sure we're doing that ourselves.
Make another inside security check. He's hiding something.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, why don't you come on with me back to the ship? We'll see if we can give you a hand with that.
Well, I'd like to gather more samples here if I could.
Oh, we've got a doctor down here. She's got 3 arms. She can gather samples 50% faster than any of the rest of us. I'm sure she's on it.
Yeah,
we'll
but
go ahead and get you back
her
to your
samples
brother.
are almost certainly going to go back to Starfleet, though. I want to collect for my own private research.
Oh, well, Starfleet loves to coordinate with non-Starfleet. Build bridges. Nice relationships. Get everything going smooth. So let's. Commander Shelby, can you get us back to the ship, please?
Roger. Lock it on. Transporting up.
All right. Give me a control engineering check. Real
Speaking
quick.
of kidnapping,
All right.
Look, it's not kidnapping if you're the government, okay?
He wasn't kidnapped before, but he definitely is now.
whoops!
All right. So he ends up on the transporter pad and says, "What the hell? This is kidnapping."
We were only told not to start a war with the Klingons.
I do apologize for the surprise here. We have some extra things going on, and I'm really worried about your safety. We will definitely help you out with getting your samples.
Yeah,
but
you're
right
worried
now,
about my
you're-
safety, so you kidnapped me?
It's not kidnapping.
No, it's not kidnapping.
It's protection with extra steps. Okay.
That just sounds like kidnapping.
Let's not quibble. All right. You're safe. Okay.
Am I?
Look-
Because you just kidnapped me. I feel like I should be worried about you.
It's not kidnapping. We're giving you a free involuntary tour of a spaceship. This is people pay for this.
The involuntary part is the part that makes it kidnapping.
Well, we can just put you outside if you like.
That's just murder.
Alex, correct.
Well, those are your choices on the
Good
ship
job,
or off the
Captain.
ship. Which would you like?
This really feels illegal, but I would rather not be shoved out an airlock, thank you.
Well, there we go. Welcome to the Starship Lexington.
Captain
Thanks.
Hawk leaves for 5 minutes.
All right, we're gonna switch
Dr.
back.
Trigan's not there. I'm sorry.
We're gonna switch back to
I'm
Captain
pretty
Hawk.
sure
Speaking
putting
of,
phasers to torture is still an option.
He just got a promotion and now he's gonna get a demotion.
get in the agonizer booth. All right,
Experience Beach.
Captain Hawk, what are you up to over there?
Okay, so I'm going to yeah, I'm schmoozing the captain. I suspect that she's part of the Orion Syndicate because they were delaying us in order to drive up prices. That's what I'm trying. That's my suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to be asking her about like when she got here, what their timeline was, and like that sort of thing.
We got here 2 days ago.
I see. You must have moved pretty fast in order to get the medicine here faster than we did.
Well, I mean, I do have a fast ship, but also we do trade with the Klingons. I'm sure you know
Those guys.
that the Orions have extensive trade connections with many of the various empires and polities here in the Alphas and Beta quadrants. So,
Speaking of starting a war with Klingons.
By the way, you do know that is just true. Like, there's been a long tolerated Orion presence on many Klingon worlds, where they open up like shops and do interplanetary trade and stuff like that. There are, in fact, many resident Orions who are legally resident in the Klingon Empire. So, it's very possible she started nearby.
The Orions crime everyone.
I'm sorry? Do Orions crime everyone? Well, in addition to crime not being a verb in Federation standard, Mr. Chanos, I am in fact offended by that racist comment. I think you will find that the majority of Orions are good, honest people, and that the majority of people in the galaxy who've come into contact with us have in fact not been crimed, as you put it.
I'm sorry, but
And
the universal translator might have been overwhelmed by
That's not what I said, honest.
I would like to point out that these guys could literally have nothing to do with this, and this guy could have totally been a plant.
In fact, Captain Tonda, to your point, we recently were the subject ourselves of some criminal behavior on our way here. That's what caused our delay.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
Well, it turned out that our ship was sabotaged.
It's very unusual for a Federation ship, isn't it?
It is extremely unusual. Very, very suspicious. We searched high and low, and we couldn't find the culprit. But fortunately, the sabotage was ineptly performed, and so we were able to get here on time. Thank goodness.
Well, I suppose that your misfortune was to my benefit, but I'm still sorry to hear that you were sabotaged. We did manage to bid up the price of our medicine just a bit because of your delay.
You wouldn't want an opportunity to go to waste?
I mean, I do have to make a living, Captain, and as you can see, all of these people around us, and there are, like, servants bringing in extra food, dancers, and security personnel all over. Like, these people also need to be paid. We're not the Federation where we can just not pay our officers and they'll stay loyal somehow.
Somehow, yeah.
Well, we compensate our officers. They're compensated by personal enrichment.
Yes.
The opportunity to explore and see the stars.
Well, that's wonderful. My crew demands different kinds of compensation. Money. They need money.
While
Captain, I have to admit our food is not as good.
This is just me feeling out that vaccine.
So when I said the thing, I was trying to see if I got a reaction, like she knew what I was talking about before I said it.
Need insight command check.
Oh, I was just gonna say, while this is happening, can I like case the room and look in the nooks and crannies to see if I find anything suspicious?
Yeah, give me an insight security check.
All right, I'm good at those. I didn't roll that great, but
well, okay. So first, no, you don't find anything suspicious. Second, yeah, at the very least, Lolani-tan is. She's not as surprised as she seems to be that you had some kind of sabotage. That is in fact not a surprise to her, much as she's playing it off as if she is surprised. And second, she turns to Croc and says, "I'm sorry, Mr. What was it?"
Alaikum, Croc.
May I call you Mr. Croc?
He nods.
Is there some kind of problem? You seem to be looking around like you've been caught in a cage. This is one of the nicest dining rooms that you're ever going to find on any starship. I'm providing entertainment and free food and drink. Out of generosity and wishing to project goodwill towards the Federation and Starfleet. I would appreciate it if you perhaps accepted my hospitality rather than trying to treat this like you're being held captive.
Apologies.
Captain, surely you can understand that a little bit of paranoia comes with the job when you're the head of security.
I suppose my head of security might do the same thing. All right, we're going to switch over to Shelby and Lanford over with Thomas Hunsley.
So yeah, Mr. Hunsley, like I was trying to explain to you, we had a bit of an incident with your brother, and I do apologize for the sudden bringing you up here, but we really thought you should be involved, and I couldn't say anything planet side, so there's been some pretty questionable activities, and we really needed your help on this.
With what? What's this that you need my help with?
Well, there was an incident. We had our port nacelle be tampered with, and your brother was mildly injured, and we're not sure exactly what was going on with it. He was telling us that you were in danger. So I do hope you understand our precaution in trying to protect you.
What kind of danger did he say I was in?
He said you'd been abducted.
Why?
The nose seems similar to what's happened here, but we're trying to help you.
Abducted with intent to harm, whereas ours was intent to protect you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Who did he think I was abducted by?
Well, that's kind of what we're trying to figure out right now is make sure that we have, both sides of the story, that everything's kind of in. So
right, but what's his side of the story?
He's your brother. Maybe you could help us with that.
Yeah, we kind of want to make sure that we have the information from you before we reveal anything on our side, just in case. I don't want to get you tangled up in anything.
I already gave you the information. I booked passage on the Endless Opportunity, and I wanted to go study the pox. But also, you guys already know that he's lying about it.
Great. So I know I don't want to really trouble you with this. We want to get this through as quickly as possible. Do you think we get like an official record from you, just kind of detail out, the full process in as much detail as you can of what happened? Would you be willing to sit down with us on record?
Want me to write a book report for Starfleet?
I mean, if you want to phrase it that way, yes, please.
There's a reason I didn't join, and that's part of it, is because you guys are always filling out reports and logs. I don't want to deal with that shit.
Again, you're welcome to go outside.
I'm sorry, are you threatening me with murder if I don't write down this book report for you?
No. I'm just suggesting that there's alternative accommodation outside.
How much longer before I get back to the ship?
I just want you to know that there's no danger, but there's an implication of you're not in danger.
Threatening
but,
me.
No, there's no threat.
Right.
Just remember that you are in space.
I don't know what else to tell you. I booked passage. I'm here. I'm sure if you asked the Endless Opportunity for a passage log, you'll find my name on it. Why don't you ask them?
Ooh.
Jill, come here. Hey! Guys!
This is TOS. You have the flip communicator, not the tap communicator. You have the flip.
Yeah, I will. Excuse me, and I will kind of step aside and flip the communicator. Yes, Dr. Tregan.
Can you beam me up? I've been down here for 20 minutes calling.
Oh, right, yeah.
Shelby, give me a control engineering real quick.
We were occupied enhanced interrogating this guy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Dr. Tregan appears on the communicator, or the transporter pad.
Oh, God. Jesus, what were you guys up? Who's this?
Oh, hi. I'm Tom.
Oh, are you the brother of the guy we got in the brig?
I'm sorry, you said he was injured. Why is he in the brig and not sickbay?
Well, he was injured, but he's not injured now. He's in the brig.
Look, those are not mutually exclusive.
So, can somebody explain to me what's happening here?
I've been kidnapped by your friends here and threatened with
kidnapped.
Murder if I don't write them some kind of book report about my trip to Kumbari II.
There was no suggestions of murder, just,
There's been implications of murder. I'm sorry. I forgot.
I'm sorry. Okay. Am I the only person that finds sitting and listening to a 12-hour log relaxing? Am I the weird one here?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Tell you what. I'm going to get you away from these people.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I check you at medical bay just to make sure that they didn't do anything to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Let's go to medical bay. I'm going to take this guy to medical bay.
Okay.
I'm going to clear this up real quick.
Even I, the security officer, wouldn't have done what these guys are doing.
Well, we don't listen to the birds, though.
Yeah. You can safely ignore anyone with feathers.
Hey,
right.
Longford, so, just when you write your report, just okay, cool.
I'm just gonna tricorder check this guy, ask him what he was doing on the planet. I'm sure he's gonna give me the blurb that he was checking for the pox. Yeah. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's fascinating. Here's the information I have on it. Did you book and he explains, right, that he booked a
he booked passage on the Endless Opportunity, but You guys have already been made
Well, I
aware
mean-
that that's not true.
Right. I'm just gonna make him some coffee because that's what medical people drink, I assume.
Probably.
Medical people drink coffee.
We're all caffeine addicts.
I feel like most people
And I
drink
say-
coffee, but what do I know?
Look,
Well, I got
I'm,
a
a,
different-
I'm a pot plus in already today. Coffee's life. I should
That's
probably
all.
get my
So-
wifey to heat me up another one.
While
I
while we're
thought
sitting there
Starfleet were
chatting,
Mormons.
and I get him like a little bit more chilled out from this high stress situation that he was in. I'd be like, yeah, sorry. Sometimes the cyborg goes a little haywire. He needs to get regular checkups. Yeah, it kind of tweaks some things in his brain once in a while.
Okay.
Don't feel too bad about it. Yeah, the other guy's just paranoid. So I had your brother in here. He's currently in the brig. I don't know if you want to meet up and chat with him before we send you back, obviously, with
Yeah,
written
probably.
apologies.
Why is he in the brig again?
Well, he was saying that, at least his explanation, which he did seem to believe, was that you had been kidnapped
Mhm.
by the Aurelians, and that
Nope,
they were,
Chesh.
or sorry, not by the Orions, sorry. By the Orions, and that he had to sabotage our ship, or else you were going to be physically harmed.
Let's just say this. If I had been kidnapped by the Orion Syndicate and then forcibly brought on board a Starfleet vessel, I probably wouldn't spill the beans on the guys who were more likely to kill me. So maybe
Oh yeah, I already know you're lying. I'm just not asking questions. I understand.
I didn't say that,
I know you didn't.
but yes, this is one of those situations where even if, which I wasn't, I was kidnapped, which again, I wasn't, why would you think that I would tell you about it?
I don't. I'm just letting you know that your
For
brother's
all I
in the
know,
brig because
you
tried
are an
to
Orion
sabotage
Syndicate
her.
operative, trying to fish for me, implicating them on something. But yeah, I'll go see my brother. All right, back on the unended opportunity. How's it going with Captain Hawk and Lulani Taha?
Unbelievable.
Well, it's going great. We know that the guy Kevin was his brother was. We know who his brother was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Kyle's brother is
So
Thomas.
right. So I'm trying to figure out how to ask her to see if she knows this guy without using metagame knowledge.
I mean, you could just ask, I suppose, or you could call back to your ship, or you could just leave. She's unlikely to confess to you while you're currently on her ship.
Right. So I'm going to excuse myself for a moment until I can get a report on the ongoing distribution of vaccines from Dr. Tregan.
If you're looking for the bathroom, it's second door to the left outside that corridor.
Thank you. And I will do that.
Just make sure you
And
wash
I'm
your
gonna try
hands
to-
before you come back to dinner.
I'm gonna try to lower my suspicion levels by sitting down and actually eating something.
Alright, it is in fact delicious.
Alright.
If there's one thing that is definitely true, it is this is in fact one of the fanciest dining experiences that you're going to be having on a spaceship anytime soon.
All right.
Alright.
I
So,
would
Bleed-
like to try to continue to maybe bait some information out of the Orions by being a little bit rude, just on the border of being too rude.
So I'm going to say, while you were doing that, Captain Hook, you can get a full report on what was happening at the ship. So I'll just assume that your character now knows all that. We're not going to super role play through it, but we're going to go back to Commander Chanos. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, as I said, I'll just use. I have a diplomacy focus if that helps, and I'm just being a little bit rude, like insinuating that that Orions are criminals and stuff like that. But I try to stay below the threshold of being openly hostile, but maybe making her angry at me, so maybe she reveals something.
All right.
Diplomacy through the power of racism.
Use a presence command check. And did you say you had a focus that might apply to this?
I have diplomacy,
Yeah, that'll apply.
so I I'm
You want to
trying
use
to
any
be
momentum? You guys
diplomatically
have
rude.
5.
Do it.
Use at least.
Yeah, I'll spend 3 momentum.
Okay, yeah, good.
And then presence and command.
Because you might get yourself kicked off the ship.
Maybe.
He's leaving anyway.
That's pretty good.
I
So-
forgot to reset my
That
name.
is pretty good.
So Lolanitan says, "Look, Commander Chanos, I invited you here for a nice dinner as, again, a show of generosity and hospitality in the efforts of increasing good relations between Orion traders and Federation, relations that have not always gone very well. If you think that I'm part of the Orion Syndicate, maybe you should just arrest me." She looks around and there's a bunch of security guards.
Arrest you on your own ship where I have no authority. I don't think so.
Well then, why don't you just come out and say what you want to say?
And I'm intensely watching this conversation to see if I need to jump into action.
Because that would be very, very rude of me if I did that.
Well, you're already being fairly rude. And yeah, like most traders, I've done business with the Syndicate, but I'm not a Syndicate member. And I don't coordinate with them. But when every once in a while they want to sell me some goods that I think I can get for a higher price elsewhere, yeah, I buy those goods.
Ah.
Take
So,
a insight
you're not
and
a criminal-
command check.
Okay. I don't think I have anything that helps with that. My insight isn't that good. How much momentum do we have?
3.
3.
Should spend at least 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll spend 1. Let's see how that goes.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay.
You're the
Nice.
hero this
That
time.
actually goes pretty good.
Yeah, no, she's lying.
Nice.
She's lying about it.
So
You don't know exactly
what
what
you're
part
trying
she's
to
lying
tell
about?
me is that
Alright, go ahead.
Hmm?
I said you don't know exactly what
what
part
you're-
she's lying about, but yeah, she's lying.
so what you're trying to tell me is that you're not a criminal, you're just a fence.
I didn't even say I was a fence. Look, have I ever bought stolen goods from the Syndicate? Not that I know of, but it's not like they advertise that their goods are stolen. When they trade in legitimate ports and they have goods I want, and for a price that I'm willing to pay, I buy them. Have they ever been stolen? I don't know. It's the Syndicate, probably at some point. But I don't have a way to check on that, and I'm not going to give up an opportunity for trade just because it comes from the Syndicate. In fact, I'm a little tired of all these implications. I think it might be time for the Federation delegation on the ship to go back home. But I'll tell you what. You can take some Resican souffle back as a gesture of goodwill in a little to-go bag.
I'm so impressed that she didn't call you dogs and call it a doggy bag.
So Hawk returns, having suddenly been kicked out of this dinner.
Commander, I
And
have to
so-
say,
Me and the captain just
I
have
am-
headaches.
I am disappointed with how your crew has treated me on board my own ship. I will give you at least some credit for them not doing it in your presence. You seem to have some kind of calming influence on them. But I do think the dinner is done. You can take your souffles back with you. And some servants come out with souffles
souffle.
in little doggy bags. And but I think that our time here together at dinner is done.
Well, Captain, I would like to give you my most sincere apologies for the behavior of my crew.
Thank you.
And I assure you that they will be reprimanded accordingly.
I should hope so.
Thank you so much for your hospitality.
You're
And
welcome.
We'll leave. And I'll whisper to Chanos, what the hell did you say?
Nothing I didn't mean.
He kept being racist.
It wasn't
Classist.
maybe.
Racist.
A little bit of
Maybe.
both.
Who knows?
So-
Maybe a little bit of both.
I'll ask to be beamed over to the ship,
Okay.
and I imagine I'm gonna get beamed over. I'm gonna get a report. Okay, Shelby. First opportunity to command the ship while I was gone. What happened?
I definitely did not throw anyone out the airlock. So
That is a worryingly specific thing for you to start with.
just so you know, nobody got thrown out the airlock, Captain, and I think everyone can confirm that. Guys?
If you abuse security protocol, I will not be happy with you.
Again, nobody was thrown out of the airlock.
All right.
We didn't.
Well,
we
good.
didn't. We may have kidnapped somebody, but it was all.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did we? We'll get back to the kidnapping. Did we at least find Thomas?
Well, yeah. Funny you should mention.
Okay.
With all your bird comments, I will be. reporting
So
this
I would be
act-
present. I will step in. Captain, Thomas is actually the person that we kidnapped. He was acting quite suspicious. I felt for security reasons it was best we get him back to the ship. So
Okay.
we brought him here to avoid any potential incidents on planet side.
But he wasn't. He claimed he wasn't kidnapped by the Syndicate.
He claimed he wasn't kidnapped by the Syndicate, but he seemed very dishonest when he did so.
And Chanos, when you were insulting the captain, she also seemed dishonest.
Very so, Captain. I'm pretty sure she is at least in league with the Syndicate, if not actually a member.
Okay. Dr. Tregan,
Yes,
are we
Captain.
at least distributing the vaccines without kidnapping anyone?
The vaccines have been distributed. I double checked with my own processes that the Orion medicine, is functional. It's fine. It's got a little bit of caffeine in it to give you a bit of an energy boost, but everything else in there will actually assist with the swelling and nature of the symptoms.
Okay. So we didn't start a war with the Klingons. And we've distributed the medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Are we
Just thrown out the airlocks.
You could leave, although you do currently have a guy who's kind of kidnapped, who you might want to...
I would not have left that guy to speak with his brother by himself, so I am likely there with him.
Okay. Well, then
so
he's
if
there,
they're
so
having
he
a
says, "All right,
conversation,
Captain, can I? What do you plan to do with me? Hi, I'm Tom. Nice to meet you."
this is Tom. I've got Tom here. Tom is Tom. Would you like to? Yeah. Do you want to be back on the planet where you may or may not possibly be grabbed by people again? May or may not be, or would you like us to drop you off somewhere else?
Here's my
And
question:
again,
What do
Captain,
you?
I just want to point out that I didn't throw Tom out of an airlock, so there is that.
Technically true. All right, Captain. What
Okay.
are you planning to do with my brother?
Well, your brother attempted to sabotage a Starfleet vessel. So your brother is currently a criminal.
An accused criminal, I trust.
Oh, of course. He'll be given due process and
All right.
trial, court-martial, since he's a member of Starfleet.
Is that happening here? Oh, I guess a court-martial will be happening at a starbase.
Yes, we'd be bringing him back to a starbase. Unless that is, of course, you can offer us any reason, any background information that might assist your brother.
I think I'd like to go to the same starbase as my brother, and I can... I'll
Testify
be there
one way or
for
another.
his trial. I'd like to at least witness it.
Okay, well, we are happy to bring you along now as a willing participant. You'll be given quarters, which Commander Shelby will personally see that are to your satisfaction.
And not out of an airlock.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't want to be anywhere near any of the airlocks.
It will be as far away from the airlocks as possible.
Thank you, Captain.
If it makes you feel any better, you're welcome to peruse my collection of medical data.
That would actually be interesting. Thank you.
Can I just say I love that I kidnapped this guy, but Shelby's taking the flak for it.
Shelby was in command.
Shelby beamed him up.
These are all good points. All right, guys.
Yeah.
That is
But
it.
Shelby also didn't throw him out of an airlock.
Technically true. All right, guys, we're going to start wrapping things up here. Thank you very much. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all did too. This was Adrift. That is, in fact, a mission from the Shackleton Expanse campaign guide. It is one of their mission briefs if you're interested in running it for yourself back at home somewhere. So thank you so much for everyone who watched. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit like on the video. And we're going to get out of here, and we will see you hopefully on next Friday or Saturday, depending on your time zone. Just a heads up. On the we have 2 more games, and then we're going to skip a week. That is simply because European time zones and North American time zones shift at different times into daylight savings, and I don't want to have to figure out how we're going to do that. So we're just not going to figure it out and just not play for 1 week. So yeah, and hopefully we can get a teaser trailer for the next episode out soon. But that in part depends on Zeralon down here, who is the one giving our log next time. We're getting a science officer's log.
Done for you ASAP.
All right. And with that being said, thank you very much for hanging out with us as we played Star Trek Adventures. Go check it out if you haven't played it. It is a fun game. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.